Well, I'm about to turn 20 years old. Yay! Which means I've lost all my teen years and I'm a proper adult. Some people will say otherwise, but what can I say? For this occasion, I wanted to challenge if I truly act like an adult, because we all know the answer is no. Writing this video, I quickly realized, wait, this is such an easy video to make. My doctor called me the definition of an autistic person. Of course, everything I do is not something a typical adult will do. I'll be going down a list of things every adult should be able to do, and how Pautism has a twist for it all. Pautism? Pautism? Pautism! I should make a podcast about neurodivergence and call it Pautism. This video's premise turned out to be the same as a series of videos originally made by the other ones out and subsequently copied by Jaiden Animations. Seeing as I've already followed the internet tradition that is plagiarizing their video ideas, I decided to do it again. Things I do that adults probably don't do. Plagiarize times 2 Pau edition. Jaiden Animations sets a criteria of what makes you an adult and what doesn't. So let's see if I fit the requirements.
Some of the requirements to being an adult are: don't be a jerk,
I'm pretty sure that I'm not a jerk.
check your ego,
I don't think I've ever had much of an ego, ever.
call people back.
If I find out that I missed a call from someone I know, I will cry. If it's someone I don't know, I'll be very relieved I wasn't there when my phone rang. Crazy how I'm an underachieving need. I'm more of an adult than most Twitter users nowadays. Actually, one of the items on the list is use social media in a responsible way. Just in case, I pledge the fifth. Respond rationally to change. I dislike change so badly that I still sleep with the same tiny pillow my head rested on as a baby 2 decades ago. Maybe the pillow is the reason I sleep all day. Develop connections with others. This is like asking a mouse to defeat Yaldabaoth with its bare paws. It's so hard for me to talk to anyone as I tend to keep my distance and hide out of fear that I'll be startled or forced into an awkward moment. Me. People are so scary. Also me. A lot of these seem to be about coexisting with fellow adults, but I think I've definitely proven that it's never too late to let go of your hikikomori ways. The question is, to what extent? Maybe I'm actually the best at it, but no one gets to see it. Only the people I know personally will be able to tell.
No, you're not, Pau.
Oh, okay. Resolving conflict. My big sister once took me to the movie theater and we decided to treat ourselves to a soda and some popcorn. But if you've gone to one of these places, you know these things cost a pretty penny. Especially the large refill cups that you can use in the big soda machines with 100 different flavors. Which is why when mid-movie we realized the cup given to us was torn, constantly leaking and spilled over us twice, we were upset. On our way to the exit, we were struggling with transporting the fragile cup. I noticed all the staff had left as it had gotten pretty late, so no one would be around to see if I did something I wasn't supposed to. I don't know what came over me, but I just looked at Alice, nodded, started crouching, went behind the counter, reached for a large cup, and crouched my way out, completing a successful cup heist. Alice was in such disbelief as they watched me doing the most out of character thing ever. I'm like, yeah, why would I do such a thing? My only way to explain such an impulsive decision is that I acted like a Pokemon with max friendship that can activate a little friendship card that helps them achieve oddly impossible feats. I can be a mischievous little gremlin sometimes. We left with a full cup of yummy soda, and that's my way of resolving conflict. Cooking. I don't cook. I always end up burning something down, and most of the time it's because I simply didn't realize my takeout was covered in aluminum when I put it in the microwave. Eating healthy and not like a child. My diet tends to consist of one daily bowl of rice with ketchup on top, sometimes a cookie. Taking care of yourself. Saving money and having responsible spending habits. I'm not an overspender. I grew up really taking care of my money. Heck, I never ever grabbed the customary bread at restaurant tables because I always thought, oh gosh, what if it has an additional cost? Probably not, even though I'd still feel bad about it. I do, however, have a bad habit of spending my money on things that don't actually matter. I'll be really iffy about spending my money on things as simple as food. But what's that? A bowl of Nintendo Android was announced today. And suddenly my bank account is empty. On an unrelated note, there's no way the Cosmo company didn't specifically make this for me. Saving for retirement. Does collecting a ton of plushies that will accompany your grandma days count as saving for retirement? No? How do I get money? Identifying your strengths. When it comes to computers, I've got this magical ability to tackle anything and turn it into something totally amazing. I mean, that's gotta count for something, right? Computers? Super cool. Me? Even cooler. And finally, creating a routine. You might wonder how, despite my disabilities and not always taking the best care of myself, I managed to do what I do. Well, it's definitely a kind of routine. More than a routine, I think it's really important to understand how you function. As someone with both autism and ADHD, which often feels like a punishment from the universe, I've realized I won't get far trying to fit into rigid schedules. When I started making videos and experimenting with different footage styles, I discovered that my creative process is much more enjoyable when I'm doing something new every day. One day, I might revisit the idea of making a video game and incorporate it into my videos. The next, modifying an existing game just for fun, and the one after that, using something as silly as Club Penguin as a tool to build upon other segments of my story. The best form of creativity is turning your work into an opportunity to try something new every day, no matter how silly it may be. And when I'm not doing this, I can always rely on some good old-fashioned animating while I watch a YouTube video on the side. Thanks for watching, sleepyheads. Take care, stay cozy, and as always, good nighty.